Prince and his love symbol have become synonymous with each other in pop culture. Let's talk a bit about where that came from. Hey everybody, welcome back to Prince's Friend. I'm your host, Prince's Friend, exploring music through Prince. For a lot of us Prince friends, the love symbol that Prince created has become kind of a shorthand to being one of his followers. Some wear a necklace, some wear a shirt, others wear it on their skin. But all in all, it's something that we wear with pride. In last week's video, kind of a part one to this one, we talked about the bold stance that Prince took with making this symbol, this unpronounceable thing, his name. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check that out, as I think that you'll enjoy it. Today's video is going to be just as big though, so if you like what you hear, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like button, the notifications bell, and also share this video with anybody you think might be interested in some history. We're having an amazing time putting together these purple lessons for you. So Prince changed his name to a symbol for a variety of reasons, which we went over in the last video. And the interesting thing is that this love symbol that Prince created is called love symbol number 2. And almost immediately, it became a core part of his branding. Because of the attention it got from the media, and how susceptible people are to hype and propaganda, he essentially used it to push himself into the public consciousness. We'll never know Prince's true intentions with his love symbol, but it sure was a clever way to skirt around his record contract. But before that, he used it on a number of occasions, that being love symbol number 1. The first time we saw it was on the 1999 album cover, which also included the cross, the peace sign, and separate symbols for male and female. So the gender symbols, if you didn't know, are astrological signs for Mars and Venus. And they were reported to be first used to mark the sex of plant life by Carl Linnaeus in 1751. It wasn't until much later that those symbols started becoming synonymous with the male and female gender of humans, of course, as the meanings of things start to change over time. The cross has been used both as a religious symbol and as an ornament from the dawn of man's civilization. Some research even shows that the cross was a pagan symbol long before it was adopted by Christians. And the peace sign was designed in 1958 by British artist Gerald Holtham for a whole campaign of nuclear disarmament. The design supposedly superimposed the letters N and D over each other, which represented the words nuclear disarmament. Whether it be yin-yang, man-woman, fire-water, the music is what bound it all together. The use of these symbols on Prince's 1999 cover continued the statement of the previous album, Controversy, where he transitioned from a sexy guy to a sexy guy who is also political. By 1984, Prince already had a roadmap for where he wanted to take this iconography and symbology as shorthand for what he wanted his listeners to absorb from his music. And if anybody remembers Prince's motorcycle from 1984's Purple Rain, you'll see that there was already the first version of the love symbol, which was a combination of the male and female symbols, or the Mars and Venus symbols, depending upon where you want to go with that. There were also several different transformations of this symbol over the years, from the size of the loop, from how pointy the thing was to how long it was, lots of different ways that Prince used the symbol in both his fashion and his album art. One in particular was the Diamonds and Pearls tour, where the P was the circle. Really cool way to incorporate both his band and the symbology that he had been working so hard on for years. In 1992, the version of the love symbol that we now know started with a sketch of the number 7, which was going to be used for the song single for the song 7. Now that sketch was drawn by Liz Luce, now Liz Frey, who at the time was a 24-year-old freelance artist who worked with Prince's creative director named Sotera. Apparently, Prince referred to Liz as that girl, and when he saw her sketch, he made some notes and decided to use it for the entire album instead of just the single. Now, Sotera was the creative director and was originally hired to work on the Glam Slam nightclub in the late 80s. But her role changed a significant amount until she was finally directly collaborating with Prince. In addition to art design and photo shoots, music video themes, sets, direction, tour stages, live performances, album covers, her most notable thing that she did was creating the love symbol. But while Sotera is given credit for the love symbol, it was actually a work from her creative team, under Prince's direction, and in conjunction with paintbox designer Mitch Monson. The Love Symbol album was released in October 1992, and 10 months later, Prince changed his name officially to that symbol. And just as the word love in the symbol implies, we know that Prince had a much deeper meaning for the symbol. It wasn't just a name or an unpronounceable symbol. He used the concept of love and God interchangeably. It was about peace. It was about not being defined. It harmonizes the conflict between man and woman, sex and religion, black and white. Part of the symbol also seems to be an abstract yin and yang, representing Prince's Gemini balance. It incorporated a reverse 7 as well. And we know that the symbology of the number 7 covers good health, royalty, and a higher power of the earth and the sun. Yet it's not perfect. It's deliberately imbalanced. The symbol does seem to have aspects of the Egyptian Ankh, which represented life, and the cross, which represents faith. In the end, it was called the love symbol, because in Prince's eyes, love represented God. Prince used the symbol through his entire career, even though he eventually changed his name back after the year 2000. In hindsight, the entirety of the creation of the symbol and the name change was superb marketing. It was genius on so many levels. This iconic glyph had made such an impact on the world that even after he changed his name back, there was no separating the symbol from the man. Prince continued to use the symbol for the rest of his life, even after he changed his name back to the name he was given at birth. And he also used that symbol in almost every aspect of his career, from his artwork to his guitars, his wardrobe, his accessories, his merchandising, pretty much everywhere you would see the symbol. And it was in Paisley Park, in the floor tiling, on the walls, in the artwork, pretty much anywhere you could throw a stick that was around Prince, that stick might hit the symbol. Today, the symbol still has a life of its own to most people. We should take the time, however, when we see this symbol, to acknowledge that it was more than a name. It was really an all-encompassing symbol of the greatness that was Prince. That symbol is what Prince stood for. When you look at a symbol that's universally recognized, like say the cross, it doesn't actually represent Jesus' name. It represents what he stood for at the time and what he died for. Not that Prince should be compared to Jesus, but Prince did leave us a similar symbol, and I think it's just as important. He gave his life to us in his music, his live performances, his part in the creation of the Minneapolis sound, all of the charitable work that he did. He helped people both directly and indirectly, and that is part of what this symbol stands for. The love symbol represents a full circle journey, how Prince approached everything in life, how he strived to be a better person, and how, in his own way, he spread a lot of messages that humanity could take to become better people. Inspiring humanity, yes. And of course, when somebody says, yeah, that symbol, that was his name, don't you mean the artist formerly known as Prince? If they're willing to listen, you should explain to them exactly what that symbol means. It meant love, it meant peace, it meant equality. Interestingly enough, even though he used this symbol throughout his entire career from its inception to January 2016, the last few months of his life while he was doing the Piano and the Mic tour, it did not appear on the stage. Perhaps the only love symbol he needed on the stage at that time was himself. It's a nice thought. I hope you enjoyed that exploration of the love symbol. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and share this video with anybody that would be interested in the history of the symbol. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media. That's at Twitter and Instagram. They're both at Princess Friend YT. We also have the Patreon drive going on right now, so head on over to patreon.com/princessfriend if you want to support the channel directly, and there's a whole lot more information over there for you to check out. If we hit our goal for the Patreon drive, I will be doing one video for every day of the month of May, which is a big undertaking, but will be a lot of fun. Alright, I'm done rambling. Thank you for coming, and may you live to see the dawn. See you in the next video.